Just went out to the tunnels at Donner, too snowy, so I'm heading here at the hot springs. Hey, Major Moxie here. I'm at the Donner Snow Tunnels. This should be exciting. I got my flashlight, I got my headlamp, and there's actually snow. Come on. Let's go.
Ooh, it's really wet out here. I think I need a quick wardrobe change. I need to run home, grab some boots, and come back the next day and hike this tunnel the right way. It's mid-December, and this is all the snow there is on Donner Summit right now. They have a lot of snow to get to catch up to last year's numbers. I don't think anyone wants to repeat last year, but we want a good snowpack.
Hey, Major Moxie here. I'm at Donner and I'm checking out the snow tunnels, the abandoned railroad snow tunnels. I figured the better time to do it is when there's actually snow on the ground. We're gonna get a storm in a couple days. Today is the perfect day to come check out these tunnels.
Oh, Donner Lake and the tunnels and the mountain graffiti. Oh, that's cute. Oh, it's been so cold and winter has just started. The nightly average has been 20 degrees. That would be Fahrenheit. The icicles are massive and they're falling from the ceilings. Do not stand directly under them if you do not want any more brain damage than you already might have. It's the second week of December and winter is just starting. I cannot imagine how cold and snowy this is going to be in a few weeks. We're actually getting a storm in on Sunday, just a few days away. This is the best day to come up here and check this tunnel out.
Center of the tunnel, and there's an opening on top and it's leaking. Just in this water, you get a better shot. Let's see. Can you see that? I don't think you'll be able to see that. I think I know on the up above where the shed is. I'll have to check that out when we drive away.
There's a few places you can park and walk into this tunnel. I parked at the ski ranch and walked through, and it's really wet. You can park at the summit and then hike over, and I found that would have been a drier area to go, and you would not need the boots. I have my fleece-lined pants on to keep me warm. I love that chafing noise. It almost reminds me of when you would wear corduroy and your legs would rub together. Thump, thump, thump noise. Sorry, I was too lazy to put in my better microphone on this trip. So you got a lot of crackly walking, snow, ice sounds, and rocks. I apologize. Maybe next time I'll use a better mic. So I just made it out of the first section and the summit is right above. That area you can avoid and park and hike down to the second area. I'm going to see how far I can go today before I run out of sunlight. I was just here yesterday and I had to return. Dirk and I were on a date, dressed a little too nice to be hiking these tunnels. I had to come back. I want to see how far these tunnels go and just how wet and icy. And there's a lot of dog poop on the ground, so be careful in those tunnels. Bring your flashlights. And pick up after your dogs, please.
Snow shed. Figure it's a good time to visit when there's actually some snow for the shed.
On average, Donner snow falls 200 inches for the year. Last year it was over 700. 60 feet worth of snow last year. I wonder what this year's gonna hold. I love graffiti, especially when it's really good and artistic. But I also love just the scribbles. And later on, when you get home and you're checking out your pictures and your video, and you have a chance to read what they say, it's even funnier. Sorry if the graffiti offends you. Don't read it. Just look at it as art. Safety tip: wear some bright identifying clothing. So when anyone's searching for you, they can say, yeah, last seen wearing that bright pink hat. And people go, oh, I remember seeing that nut walking through those tunnels earlier. What a beautiful day it is out. It's about 45 degrees out. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And 3 days from now, there's going to be some snow on the top of the snow shed. I have a great view from up here.
Oh, that's a deep hole. Oh, God.
Oh, that drift was deep. Now be careful walking through snow. You don't want to fall into a hole. You could actually injure yourself. Safety first, or second. Fun first. Safety first and a half. I don't know why I'm whispering about the frost. Maybe I think if I talk too loud it might fall off the trees. I'm so silly. I made it to the China Wall. There's a placard down by the summit, and it talks about all the Chinese railroad workers. I don't think they were paid very well, so I don't know if you want to call them workers that actually built these tunnels. These tunnels were dug by hand by the Chinese railroad workers. Once they laid the track, they built these sheds to keep the snow off the trains. As soon as Union Pacific decommissioned these tunnels in 1993, this has been a popular hike up here at Donner Lake area. Everyone hears about the Donner Expedition and eating everyone. Not too many people talk about the railroad and how it was built and the labor that was done by hand over 150 years ago. And it's still here. Oh, I love myself a long drink. Other popular activities in these tunnels: drinking, graffiti. I'm sure we get some camping out during the summer. These tunnels go for miles. I'm not sure how far I can go today. I'm limited on sunlight. But let's get going and see how much more graffiti and beautiful art there is in these tunnels. Most of the ice formations are at the mouth of the tunnels, but there's some deep in there. If there's water running, it's been frozen. I love seeing the natural rock with the man-made cement. And 150 years later, people with their hands are still adding to this tunnel with their artwork in their little spray paint cans. Work's never done, is it? I've just made it to a first break in one of the biggest wall entrances. Let's go out and get a view. The Donner Railroad Tunnel hike is so popular, and so many people have made YouTube videos of this hike. I think it's beautiful that I got to come in the snow. Not too snowy, but not too dry. Just perfect today. The stunning, crisp blue waters of Donner Lake right down there. Hopefully, if we have enough time, we can stop by on our way home. It's winter and I'm limited on daylight. I didn't bring my watch, but I can tell I don't have much time. I've got to get going and return and get back to the car before I run out of sunlight. It's so fun. You walk these tunnels, you're all alone, no one around, and then all of a sudden, pop, someone pops out of the blue. This place is popular. There's lots of people around. I'm not sure when they have time to do all this artwork. If you had to protect yourself from the elements, it wouldn't be very warm in here unless you started a fire. The only thing it's going to protect you from is probably wind. It's just as cold in these tunnels as it is outside. Actually, a little bit colder because there is no light and it's damp. I made it down to the second opening on one of the biggest tunnels. I found the third opening a little bit further. It's a roll-up door. These had roll-up doors, and they're missing on the other open ones. There's one broken down further down the tunnel. I can't see out this opening. What's out there? Oh my gosh. Are those little rabbit prints in the snow? How cute. Just made it to a bright part of the tunnel. There's lots of slits here. I don't know why there's more slits here and less in the other spots. Probably because there's more snowpack. I could figure that out. And less snow here, so they have more lighting. Or maybe they just like the view better from this angle. Or the possible architect engineer of the first part of the tunnel isn't the one that built this part, and they found a better way to use less cement but still cover the tracks. I'm not sure. What's your thoughts? Leave it in the comments below.
It's all iced over, the graffiti. It looks so pretty. Almost to the end. I'm going to do the yell test. Almost to the entrance of the next tunnel.
Oh, this is as far as I can go today. I have to return, get back to the car, get out of these tunnels before the sun goes behind those mountains. It's going to get cold and I won't be able to see. And then I'll get scared. No one wants to be in the tunnels at night, alone in the dark. Made it out of the tunnels just in time. It's 4 o'clock. There's Donner Ski Ranch right there. Not much skiing today. They do tubes and they have a fine restaurant. Eat on the deck. I used to ski there when I was younger because it was cheap.
Donner Summit, 7,088 feet. We walked the tunnels.
History of the shed. In the old days when it snowed over Donner Summit, the roads closed because an average of 34 feet of snow falls annually on Donner Summit. 12,000 Chinese workers working on this railroad. It was dangerous. Besides explosions and avalanches, in 1867, 10 feet of snow had dropped in 13 days, burying all the workers' houses and equipment. A slide had wiped out one of the Chinese camps, and in the spring when their bodies were found, over 20 men had died. I love the way the landscape changes. Mountains can look different between a fire, a great sunset, beautiful sunrise, and snow. Snow can bring out the definition in any gorgeous mountain. 4 years ago, while Dirk and I were dating, we were here on this bridge, snapping photos of ourselves, never thinking we'd be here 20 plus years later, a little more wrinkly, but just as excited to go on adventures. Dirk loves when I drag him places. Hey, look at that happy couple. They're taking their photos. Maybe they'll be here 20 years from now. Great wedding photo shots. Good luck, you guys. Congratulations. You're beautiful. And the background's stunning. China Wall, the Sierras, built by 12,000 Chinese laborers, and it was contracted to get this train all the way out to the west, to the east. We wanted to get into Utah, and this monument is here as the Asian master builders who left an indelible mark on the history of California and the West. Oh, I'd have to say, oh, that water looks cold, but Donner's water looks cold year-round. Made out of the tunnels with enough sunlight to check out Donner Lake. Oh my gosh, I did not know that you can only use your motorized vehicle, boat, going counterclockwise at this lake. Do a lot of windsurfing and wind sailing and anything with wind on this lake. But this hydrofoil, I wonder if you're supposed to go counterclockwise or it doesn't matter which direction you go. But I gotta check out this guy in his wetsuit, hydrofoiling, mid-December. On the way home, I still have enough light to stop by and check out the Warm Springs. I might be daring enough to get into it. I think it's cold enough outside where the warm water might actually feel hot today. After walking those cold tunnels, this should be beautiful. Come on, let's go. Funny thing, while I was pulling into park, some people were being pretty sketchy, so I watched them for a while. They had a tarp on the side of the road. I'm thinking they're dumping a body. But when I came back to check what they actually did, they cut down this Christmas tree. I guess they needed it better than the forest. I have them on camera, and, well, I hope they have a Merry Christmas. The parking area isn't very safe. There's broken glass, cars get broken into, there's other trash around. I wouldn't leave your car here and go for a hike. It's not safe. And there's lots of bears. Always lots of bear poop, so there's gotta be lots of bears. They love this trail. Keep your eyes out for bears and sketchy people in the parking lot. It looks like someone's replaced the inner liner. Last time it was just a tarp that was starting to dilapidate and smelling a little funky. They cleaned this up and it's nice and clean. Mine's a few tampons in the bushes, but this is clean. And if you come here, keep it clean so we can continue to enjoy ourselves. The water's not hot, but it's nice and warm, and my feet appreciate it after walking in those icy tunnels today. Thanks for coming along and making it this far in my video. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Slowly ticking up there.
Hey, Major Moxie here. Just went out to the tunnels at Donner. Too snowy, so I'm heading here at the hot springs, Warm Springs, and, well, I'm not going to let you know.